classroom. This is Maria from Maria's Way of Life. I'm a first grade teacher in California, and today is Thursday, November 1st. And yesterday I stayed after school just for like 20 minutes because I did have a Halloween event at my place. So some of the girls came and helped me, and I bought these magnets at Dollar Tree. They really work well. So that's what I put around my big bulletin board here in the classroom, just to make it look a little bit fallish or Thanksgiving-ish. And they also put them around the calendar. I need to go ahead and change the calendar right now, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that. I made a point to show you my bulletin boards outside so that you can see where that I emptied the writing side or where I display their work. Usually it's writing for the month. And also I took off their October pictures, and I'm going to try and make a photo prop today, or not necessarily a photo prop, but something where they can sit and there's something in the background. So that's gonna happen today. New pictures, new writing. It might not be a very successful day in terms of getting everything for my lesson plan done, but I'm gonna try very hard to get it done. I do have a parent volunteer coming in. I'm gonna try and set that up. Also, I'm gonna change my calendar. So I'm gonna let you go and see where this takes me, because I always say, oh my gosh, I have a lot of time, and I end up needing more time. So let me get started. Is I have my students' pictures with me, so I want them to put in their memory book. Unfortunately, in the memory book or portfolio that I'm building up for them, it doesn't have a page where they can glue this. It had like for the beginning of the year and end of the year, but not for months. And because I take a picture of them every time, I just went ahead and Google frame, and then I'll put it on PowerPoint, and then I want them to glue it in there and put their name and just have an October memory. That's what I've been working on, but I need to make it a little bit larger just so the picture will fit perfectly. So that's what I was taking a look at right now. So all I did was stick it into PowerPoint, and then I'm gonna enlarge this a little bit just because I did one copy and there wasn't enough space for the picture horizontally. So I think that'll work now. That's what I've been doing, and that's usually what I do when I can't find stuff that I need. No matter what you buy on TPT, there's always something that you have to edit or whatever to make it yours, because teachers are unique like that. You know, that's what makes us so special, because we know not everything fits everyone's needs. And so anyway, long story short, I am going to have the students color this frame and then glue their picture on it. And then when the parent volunteer comes in, then I will ask her to help me put it in the memory books. That way, that's something that I rarely get to do. And even like these, the last field trip we took, it's a part of the memory binder, and it didn't go in there. So I'm gonna see if she can add that to the binder. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking, because I just have so much in my mind that I don't want to like start making no sense and then just going back and forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop you here. I'm gonna go run off copies of this and maybe one homework packet, because I'm running low on that, and I want to make sure I'm ready. I only have homework for 2 more weeks, I want to say, and I like to have at least a whole unit, which is like 5 weeks worth. And so once I start feeling like there's 2, especially with the problem with the copy machines here on campus, I have to make sure they're ready. So I'll check in with you later. Good morning. Happy Dia de los Muertos. Today was an interesting morning. I walked in, my door was open, and the lights were on, which was the weirdest thing ever. It's kind of creepy to walk in here, but whatever. At least there's light outside. Okay, yesterday I wasn't able to check in with you. Parent did come in. She completed 5 weeks of my homework packets. That was awesome. She completed my grammar and spelling for next week, so she printed that out. Students completed a writing with topic, detail, conclusion. We are really working on topic, detail, conclusion, but because it was our memory writing, I always asked them to do one. So that was like my favorite memory, and then they got to do their own. So what I do is I just give them like a sentence starter on the paper. So they start with, my favorite October memory is, and then I help them out with coming up with that topic. Was it painting a web, trick-or-treating, the science field trip, Halloween, the fall festival, getting my new super improver card, and all of these ideas they gave to me. I placed them on the board, and then they're able to put that first topic sentence together. The detail and the concluding sentences they have to come up with. So for the first time this year, I let them be independent with those two sentences. Usually I guide them through them as well. So what I did, I wish I would have shown you my trash can yesterday. We call it the round filing bin. And so the kids, I said, I'm going to file it right there if I don't see that you put your 100%. So there were a lot in there. So what they did is, they're doing my favorite October memory was painting a web, trick-or-treating, science field trip, period, I'm done. And I said, no. We are focusing on one idea. If you like painting the web, what was your favorite part about it? And he said, well, I love painting. I said, well, that's a good sentence and write it. I love painting. And they were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It was a process and it was okay. And they were okay with me having them start again. I told him, I prefaced them by saying, it will happen and I am going to ask you to start again and it'll be okay because we're trying to be college students. And as soon as they hear that, they love hearing it. So they produce better work. So that was fun. We spent a lot of time doing that. We did our phonics lesson. We had a beautiful mathematics lesson with doing sum for 3 add-ins. They will have an assessment on Monday, so we're going to review that today again. I do have a Dia de los Muertos activity, and I think I'm just going to use markers. So I printed out this. Oh my goodness. I left my copies at home. Okay, let me call my husband. I'll check in with you later. Okay, so as always, my husband is going to come and save me. He's going to bring the copies in for me. Oh, I didn't show you my shirt. So it says Teacher Live, got me feeling poco loco. So poco loco is not the right word. It should be a lot crazy. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thankfully, my husband is going to take care of me. I did go by McDonald's. I didn't feel like having breakfast, so I just went to get a coffee. And I'm going to start working and making sure I have what I need for the morning and the websites that I need. I have to tell you, my students have memorized the Star Spangled Banner now, so they don't need that music anymore, so they do it on their own. What they're learning now is how to sign language to that song. So that's the part that they still need practice with. Also, what I start the last week of October, which is this week, and beginning of November, is I start practicing for the holiday performance here on campus. So I just start putting up music that I'm going to do, and usually I do 2 songs. I do Carol of the Bells and This Little Light of Mine, and then I do a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star dance with them. Now, this is complicated in 4th grade, and I am going to try it in 1st. They are more than capable of doing it. I know that, so it's just going to take a lot of practice. So 15 minutes before we go home, I just put on the songs, and that's how I started. I'm like, okay, well, let's take a look at this. So for This Little Light of Mine, they actually have to sign language to it as well. So they sing the song, and then they do the sign language, and I am going to see how that works out with them. fourth graders. The performance was always really good and the parents really enjoyed it. So we'll see what happens. So that's something that I start this week every single year. Call me crazy, and my colleagues call me crazy as well, but they need the most practice they can get, and especially because we have a November break, and then in December we only have certain amount of weeks too, and let's just be honest, the last week before they go on break on December, it's kind of crazy as well. So I just like to push in as much academics and as much practice as we can now before it gets crazy again. So this time is just, I've said it before in other vlogs, we have October break, November break, and the lights went off. Give me a sec. Okay, so we have October break, November break, December break, and so it's a little bit crazy to just keep up with stuff. I'm gonna stop talking. I'll check in with you later because I have to keep moving. My goodness, I just realized I never vlogged and I'm heading out and I never was able to vlog in here anymore. Students were able to create a skull and they used markers to do that. It was very simple. I just really searched it on TPT and go ahead, baby, and had them color. I guided them through them a little bit and then we just kept moving from there. I also found, I just threw away my sample. I also found this online and I didn't do the last part because it was a little difficult. They said like first through third grade, I think. So I just used the first 4 pages. It was a really good read, and then students get to answer what they think things mean and what they really mean, and then also kind of just doing main idea and details, which is what we've been working on this week. So that was a really good wrap up for this week. So they did that. Oh, here's one, and then this is the skull that they did, and I just use those markers. I wish I would have gone around so you could see it. Right now I'm gonna head out because I have to go pick up my daughter. I will be here for Saturday school. But anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry that it's so short, and unfortunately I wasn't able to vlog more. I'll check in with you guys next week.